as a youngster, for me, I used to watch Danny Tartable all the time.
Yeah.
I always wanted to swing like him. And so when you saw Danny, if you guys haven't seen, he'd have this bat really wide open with a wider stance. Well, that didn't go too well for me. So fortunate enough, I brought my hands up, but at the same time, I felt, you know, I'm not getting to the spot I really wanted to get to. So I talked with Eric Davis, as you know, one of the greatest to ever play the game. He said, put your hands in the slot. So I put them in the slot here, and all of a sudden, I always get to the spot once I step to swing. So I said, might as well keep it there and not have too much movement. So the less movement for me was better. I got in that spot, my hands were locked, ready to go into that position to hit. And Flash, you can attest to all this. I mean, Cal Ripken changed his stance pretty much every other day. I would love to hear about yours.
Well, I'm going to see Luca's stance first of all. So why don't you get out there and show us what your stance was at the Little League World Series and all the way through. All right, Todd, pretty traditional, right?
Yes.
Now, when you made contact with the baseball, were you making it out in front or were you making it back here, if you had to say? You like it back here where you can really drive the ball. So I love the position that he's in right now. One of the things that I learned during my major league career, and you guys can take this along your journey, a lot of hitters change their stance, they change their approach from year to year, sometimes from day to day. Yeah. And I was a guy when I was in high school and college, I was like the traditional two hands, muscly swing, and I couldn't drive the ball at all. And when I was 27 years old, I learned how to drive the ball by hitting it out in front of me a little bit further. Instead of getting deep where I couldn't drive the ball, I would touch it out in front, and then all of a sudden I had some power that I never realized that I had. So I think on your journey as an offensive player, it's not a bad thing to change your approach or your swing or your stance.
No, not at all. And from watching at the Little League World Series, the pitchers were so much more dominant than the hitters. There were 17 shutouts, and for some of the guys, they were overmatched. So what do you expect? You got to get out in front of the baseball. You don't necessarily want to teach it to everybody, but at the same time, if you're looking out front here, you still might be on time to catch it behind and go the other way. But it was great seeing all the different types of stands. Bodie, where are you at, man? Come on up here real quick. This is one of the more unique stands from a left-handed hitter. Okay? All right. Go ahead. You got the bat. Come on over here. So he had a little Giancarlo Stanton
closed
off. But with two strikes, show us what you did with two. Then he went back to the normal stance. So he was a little bit all over the place, which is fine. I told him, you just get grounded first. If your legs are grounded in a position, your hands will work, and then he would step out just a little bit and the hands would cast.
Well, it's funny, if you talk about Giancarlo Stanton, when I see him with that closed stance, he's so locked in with his legs, right? He doesn't move, he doesn't get off balance. As long as he kept that stance right there, he'd be firing the baseball.